Tradition. I'm Kenny McReynolds. Well, it's summertime, and if you want your kids to have something to do, what about a basketball camp? And I have found a very unique basketball camp. Let's bring in Joshua Mercer, who is the founder of Swish Dreams Basketball Camp. And Joshua, I cannot wait to have you tell me about your camp, because you tell me you teach reading and math through basketball.
That's right. That's exactly what we do. We take kids, we teach them math and reading through basketball. And every time I tell people that, they ask me, how do you do that? So real simple. If I say if Kobe Bryant takes 20 shots and he makes 10, what's his field goal percentage? What does that look like as a fraction? What does it look like as a decimal? If I'm teaching them geometry, I might say if a basketball court is 50 feet wide, 90 feet long, what's the perimeter? What's the area? If we're doing reading or language arts problem, I might say compare and contrast Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. But the camp is 5 weeks long. During the first week, it's like an NBA-style training camp. At the end of that week, the players get drafted. They get assigned a certain value. While the league is going on, they have to do post-game interviews.
Oh, wow.
Pre-game interviews. They have to keep their own stats. They get traded, so they get to learn about salary cap. And then they have to vote on each other for an all-star game. They do commentary on each other, similar to what, you do. They analyze the games, and then
everybody wants my job. Everybody wants my job. Hey, how did you come up with this idea?
Well, it came about some years ago. After I graduated from college, I came back to Chicago. I worked in the corporate world. Worked selling financial products, and the area that I had was Inglewood. And what I found, a lot of people in Inglewood couldn't read. They didn't have bank accounts. They were basically financially illiterate. So then I went back to school. Got my master's in education, and while I was studying education, I learned that anytime you study education, for the most part, it's always, poor people or people of color who are really struggling in education. So as a child, I always collected baseball cards. I would flip them over, study the statistics. So I would have open gym while I was doing my student teaching. I would invite my friends. And the students, they would ask me, can we play? And so I would say, you can only come and play if you come in the morning, and I'll teach you math and reading through basketball. Okay. So we would talk about field goal percentages, assist-to-turnover ratio, and that got them interested in math and reading, and it got them to understand how important math and reading was. And then it just, had my friends come. We had a sign. I created a mission statement. Next thing you know, we had shirts, a website. We having fundraisers. We had people volunteering, got our 501c3, and now I'm big time. I'm here with you.
You're big. I don't know about being big time, being here with me. Where is your camp located, and how can people get more information about the camp?
The camp is located 11816 South Indiana. That's on the south side of Chicago at Salem Christian Academy. And for more information, you can call us directly at 773-952-6352 or go to swishdreams.org.
Now, what else do you do besides basketball at the camp? Is it just all basketball? Tell me, what else do you do besides just basketball?
Right, a typical day, they'll come in, they'll have math class, then they'll go to their reading class. And after that, we'll have lunch. Then it'll be basketball, whether it's practice or whether it's games. Every Friday, we have speakers. They come in. Last week, we had assistant coach of University of Illinois. He came in to talk to the kids. This week, we're going to have Sean Marion come in and talk to the kids. Probably Maurice Cheeks as well.
Oh, okay.
So they get exposure to not just players, but also coaches. We're going to have sports agents come in, because a lot of times children, they see on TV, I want to be an athlete, but they don't know that you can be an agent, you can be a trainer. It's tons of other careers that are related to basketball.
Now, you do such a good job getting the message out to the youngsters, but what message would you like to relay to the parents to get them, to get more youngsters to your camp?
Right. I think what parents, as a parent, one of the key things that you can do to your child is just to expose them to a bunch of different things, so that when they're adults, they kind of have an idea of what their passion is. They're not trying to figure it out, and they're not trying to live to survive. They're waking up in the morning to come to a job or a career that they really want to do. And that's what makes our camp so successful. The kids, they have a passion for basketball, so it makes them want to learn the math, the reading. It makes them want to hear what the coaches have to say, what the agents have to say. It just makes it worthwhile because they're getting a complete education.
What do you say to the youngster that may not have decided what I want to do with my life? What do you say to that youngster?
Wow, that that's really a case-by-case thing. But I just try to tell them to just give yourself a chance, you know, at whatever you're trying, because if you don't give yourself a chance, it's going to be hard for others to give you a chance. So just try to expose yourself to so many different things. I talk to my students. When I was in high school, I played tennis, and typically in the black community, they're like, oh, tennis, what's that? That's whack, you know. But I'm like, how do you know it's whack? You never even played it. But it's really a really fun sport.
Right. Once you get into it, as being in this arena, especially when you're getting paid.
Right, exactly.
Hey, your website is swishdreams.org.
Right, www.swishdreams.org, SWISHDREAMS.org.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to get over there and check out the camp. John, Mary, and Maurice Cheeks, two good friends of mine. You did such a great job teaching the kids education through basketball. So thanks so much for coming. Hey, we really appreciate it. When we come back, we're going to meet the new head men's basketball coach at Chicago State, my man, Tracy Dildy. Coming right up.